Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to show you the 3 micro Four Thirds lenses I used for a majority of the videos I shoot. I have the Panasonic 14 through 140 millimeter zoom lens. The next one is a Olympus 75 millimeter f1.8 prime lens, and then we have a Panasonic Leica 25 millimeter f1.4 lens, which is also a prime. And these are the 3 main lenses that I do most of my shooting, and I found out that these 3 lenses really work well to cover a wide range of different kind of shooting scenarios. So what we're going to do is we'll start with the Panasonic, and I'll go through, show some video examples of each one and things like that, and that will be that. So let's get started. So the Panasonic 14 to 140 millimeter zoom lens is a pretty nice lens. It has a f4.0 to a 5.8. But I just discovered recently there's a newer one out with a 3.5 to a 5.6. So with that lower f-stop, it may be a little bit worth checking out, and I might have to check that one out myself. It's the biggest lens that I have for my micro Four Thirds camera, and it weighs about 260 grams. So it's got a nice weight to it, I'd say, compared to other lenses. It does come with a lens hood, which is nice. Another feature that I really wanted to get this lens for is because it has the built-in stabilization. You can see here on this side we have a switch that allows you to turn that stabilization on and off. On. Off. And with that stabilization on, it allows you to go handheld a lot easier if you want to carry this around. It's a zoom lens. You're covering everything from 14 millimeters to 140 millimeters. So this is a really good kind of a nice lens just to kind of always have on the camera if you're going to be out and about. Now as for low light, it doesn't work the best because the lowest we can go is f3.5, but it still is a nice lens. The focus is very quick. It's a very quick, accurate focus. It's very silent. It doesn't really make too much noise at all. So if you wanted to use on-camera audio, you probably could get away with it with this lens. So that's the Panasonic 14 to 140 millimeter zoom lens. Now the next lens we're going to look at is the Olympus 75 millimeter f1.8, which does have a ton of killer reviews saying it's one of the best micro Four Thirds camera lenses you can get, and I don't have any complaints with that. It's a really nice lens. It's quiet and it creates one heck of a bokeh if that's what you're looking for. It goes down to f1.8 so we can shoot in low light. And this lens is actually aluminum, and it feels really good. It's a decent size for a micro Four Thirds camera. Like I said, it weighs 11 ounces. Now, the first thing you'll notice when you look at this is it doesn't have a focus meter. So whenever you're gonna want to do like a pull focus, you're just gonna have to kind of eyeball it or just come up with your own way to do that. And not to mention the focus, when you're pulling focus, it's quite a bit. You have to turn it quite a bit to get, what else you're trying to get in focus. So that can be kind of a challenge. But as for the autofocus, it works really good and it's really quiet. It may make a little bit more noise than the Panasonic 14 to 140, but it's definitely quicker at focusing than the 14 to 140. And it's a really nice lens. Can't say that enough. It's a little bit expensive. Now, for handheld, if you're doing video, you're not going to be doing video handheld with this lens at all. I mean, it's going to look really choppy, really squirrely, really wiggly, and just doesn't work very well. So you're going to have to put this on a tripod if you're going to be doing a video. As for picture quality, it is super sharp. I mean, really sharp. I have no complaints at all about this lens. It does come in black and silver. No lens hood is included with this. Out of these 3 lenses, this is the only lens that doesn't come with a lens hood. So that's kind of irritating considering the price, but that's okay. Now moving on to our third lens, we have the Panasonic Leica 25mm f1.4. This is a prime lens. It's also made out of plastic like the other Panasonic 14-140, and it is the smallest one out of the 3 that I have. And it's pretty small. I mean, for a 25mm compared to the 20mm, which is a lot flatter. But honestly, the size doesn't really bother me. I'd say it's at a fine size by me. Once again, this does not have the focus meter, and it's not weather sealed. So none of these lenses are weather sealed, which is kind of a disappointment, but that's okay. I can get away with not having them weather sealed. So this only weighs 7 ounces. Now, something about this lens is it can be quite a bit noisy, and it can make some noises that are definitely going to be picked up by the camera for using on-camera audio, but it can be noisy. Is it accurate? Yes. Does it focus quick? Yes, but it is a little bit noisy. Now, I'm not just sure if that's my lens, just my personal one. It might be a personal problem, but I do get some noises, and they're kind of some awkward noises out of it every now and then. Now, a lens hood does come with this one as well, and like I said before, it does have a fast focus. And the difference between this one and the 75mm is I can walk around with this handheld and get some usable footage, where if I had the 75mm by Olympus, I wouldn't be able to do that. Now, the Leica 25mm doesn't have that built-in stabilization like the Panasonic 14-140mm, but it's doable to where you can handheld it and get some really good video. And it you know, it's gonna be a little shaky, but it at least pulls off. So alright, so here we are walking down into complete darkness. Well, not complete darkness, there's a little bit of lighting, but as you can see here, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the ISO up. There's 1600, 3200, 6400. So let's go down here now. This is handheld. I'm at a 1.6. Let me go ahead and bring it down. Now we're at a 1.4 here. Let me bring ISO down to 200 again. There we are at 200. Walk in here, it's pretty dark. I'm at a 1.4, and I'm going to crank the ISO up. There we go. There's 6400. Bring it down one more time. There's 800, 400, 200, 200, 400, 800, 16, 32, 64. Those are the 3 lenses that I use for my Panasonic GH4. They're excellent lenses. I don't really have any complaints. I'm glad I have all 3 because I can cover different ground when I need to. But I hope this video helps you out, and maybe you'll get one of these lenses, or if you have some other suggestions, I would love to hear them. You can put that down in the comments. But that's that. Thanks for watching.